I liked that.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. And this attempt will be from about 130 yards. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one. Well, birdies are hard to come by in this situation. So tight.
Keeps him right in the thick of it. Now to the 11th with water left, bunkers on the right. Frank, what's the key here?
Well, too often people just look at the scorecard and they go, well, it's over 400 yards, I have to hit driver. You don't have to hit driver at 11. Something in the fairway, just short of that second bunker. And it sets up, 6 or a 7 iron.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time.
Ooh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Frank, another good hole to par 4 11th. Looking at the second shot now.
Yeah, the second shot has a similar look to the second shot at the third hole at Bay Hill. Water all down the left-hand side. That has to be respected. And a green, really, where you've got to favor the right side, or at least right of middle.
Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
NBC Golf Channel on Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. This one has a chance to be close. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
This would give him the par. Those keep the round going, those par putts. We're here at the 15th down, and a big dogleg right on this one. Frank, what's the best route to take to shoot the low number?
You've got to look at that run out down the left side, which is about 320 yards. If you can stay short of that, then that gives you a perfect shot into this green.
They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. Frank, what are you looking to do with this approach shot here at 15?
Anytime the flag's on the front, Rich, it's basically green light special. When the flag starts to get pushed towards that back area of that green, it starts to get narrower and narrower and narrower. And that's where you've got to be a little careful.
Down, little Sheba. Down! Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him. Really? This is an awkward length.
So one shot closer to the lead with that birdie. We've seen guys through the years blow the tournament right on this hole.
Yeah, if you get a little too greedy here, you try and make eagle. It's sometimes with a good tee shot, it's an easy 4, but a 3 brings 7 into play.
Excellent looking shot here. Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
That is an unusual golf swing, but those have worked throughout time. Lee Trevino, Ray Floyd, Jim Furyk. They've done all right, haven't they? Second shot coming up here at the par 5.
is a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You've hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green. So, Frank, out of the bunker and back into play.
Yeah, the late Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's always the next one. Well, by getting the ball back in play, he just made that a little easier.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Just the tap in to finish the hole. Frank, how does that par help his cause?
It certainly doesn't hurt it.
Frank, this is a great hole through the years to watch when the pressure is ratcheted up deep into a round. That is all you want at more than 220 yards.
Plays slightly shorter because it's downhill. The bunker's on the left in play. Even the bunker short right, and of course the water, if you just miss it a bit, that's in play. And the green shapes away from you. This has to be the most difficult par 3 on the golf course. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Somehow that managed to miss the bunker, Frank.
Yeah, that looked like it was sand for sure.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Just misses. Well, a missed opportunity, no doubt. So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey. 2008, Frank, Tiger made that 25-foot putt right here at the 18th, final round by a shot. Then again, for a second straight year, he birdied this hole to defeat Sean O'Hair.
Yeah, he's had a similar putt there at least 3 or 4 times, actually, to win the event. And he's been one of the few players to read it correctly.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie.
What a birdie. Now just a handful of players in contention.
Well, that'll wrap up our coverage of the final round. This is Rich Lerner alongside Frank Navalo for EA Sports. We'll see you next week. Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. It's opening round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Let's go over to the 5th hole. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, Frank, what's the key to generating some momentum?
Just hitting good shots. I know it sort of sounds like the old cliche, but plenty of opportunities. A few 10, 15-foot putts start going down. This round will change dramatically.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Just a beautiful approach shot. Not a gimme, but well within his range. That looked for all the world like it was dead center.
I've got no idea how that missed.
Just a little tap in here. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 6th hole, reasonably short at 373 yards, a lot of golfers arrive at a hole like this and they'll think, well, I'm just going to blast it away because it's such a short 4. You think these kinds of holes require a little more thinking?
They certainly do, Rich. If you can't drive it to the front edge of the green, there's no point really trying to hit it through that narrow neck. You can just sort of knock a 3-wood down there or something that's going to give you a decent yardage where you can at least spin that second shot. You can guarantee that ball's going to stop when it lands. It's going to be much easier than trying to fashion some sort of pitch and run.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Well, you have to be thinking about birdie here on this approach shot at the 6th, Frank.
A good aggressive tee shot, pretty close to the narrow neck of that green. Awkward, whether you try and hit a little pitch and run or try and hit a lofted wedge and sort of pitch that ball a little closer to the hole.
Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
So a tester from 4 feet. Once considered the best player at the college level, our featured golfer makes birdie, sitting comfortably inside the cut line. Well, Frank, how about this hole? 602 yards, a par 5, although I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. 602 yards these days for a long hitter.
What do you say? It's a drive and a 7-iron?
That's a mid-range par 5.
Well, yeah, 2 woods. The longer hitters will definitely get at home there, especially in good conditions. But bunker down the left, avoid that, carry that, and then we can think about the second shot. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
And from the fairway for his second shot here. Frank, a chance to get home in two here on this par 5?
You would think so after a good tee shot, Rich. A very long, narrow green. The best shot would be to hit a nice, high, towering second shot, but anything that pitches on the front is going to skip forward.
Beautiful display of ball striking today. Really in control. And that's another GIR, green in regulation. So coming off the birdie on the previous hole, a chance now for yet another one.
And momentum all in his favor.
Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Solid and at 1 under par right now. Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water. Frank, only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
But distance control is still very important here. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15-foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there. Maybe just aim a little further to the left. You can still make birdie. Safely on deck.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Well, continuing to move in the right direction now to 2 under for the championship. Just love the variety here on the front side, Frank, coming off that short par 3 8th. Now we go to another par 5 to round out the side, 501 yards.
And the third par 5. Interesting front 9 here. 3 par 5s, 3 par 3s, and 3 par 4s. This one, not the longest par 5, but still reachable. This one, you have to be a little bit careful, though. This is probably the toughest driving hole on the front 9 with regard to par 5s. Oh, I liked that.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Frank, this is a place where you can really sort of commune with nature. It's absolutely spectacular out here, isn't it?
I've forgotten how pretty it is. Canada, no disrespect, but, you know, elk, some of the wildlife. The golf course is just beautiful, too, the view. I mean, it's very easy to get distracted.
sit down. Get down.
Oh, this is going.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he's thinking on that.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
That'll put the smile back on the face. That was a great first day out there, Rich.
I really enjoyed it. We saw a lot of birdies, excellent play, and some impressive names on top of this leaderboard. Anybody's game. EA Sports to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Today, it's live second round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Getting ready to start the back nine here at Banff Springs. And Frank, you better be ready on this 10th tee. This requires a good shot.
Even though the hole looks like it bends towards the right, the best access to this hole is actually a little draw off that tee. That's the direction of the green, so a nice high draw in here.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect. But
Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. So off the long par 3/10, we are at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4, Frank.
it looks like a straightaway par 4, Rich, but if anything, the hole actually bends to the left, and you really want to follow that natural contour of that. Just sort of draw it off those bunkers on the right, or just simply carry it over the ones on the left. But ideally down the left side, it avoids that pine tree that's further down.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Frank, here at the 11th hole, second shot, another chance to make a birdie.
It certainly is. The only thing you're guarding against here with that second shot into 11 is just going long. Pretty generous green once again. Because it slopes back into the player's face, the ball's not going to kick forward.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Looks like he just misread that. Settles in over the putt. Good roll. Solid. That's a par. All right, on to the 12th hole, 442-yard par 4. What do you like about this hole, Frank?
Just a nice par 4 that sort of bends to the player's right. A lot of people will just stand up here, grab the driver. I don't really think you have to do that, Rich. The hole's not overly long. Just something short or down that left side. You're only going to have a short iron in for your second shot.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Dialed in now for this second shot here to the 12th hole, Frank.
A chance for another birdie, Rich. Just be a little aware of this green. Nice little rolls and contours and different levels. So just be aware of exactly where that flag is cut today. And just try and keep it on that section. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Good putt. Thirteenth hole, par 3, 225 yards and heavily bunkered around that green, Frank.
It is, but that green gets narrower as the hole gets longer. Nothing wrong with hitting the ball sort of the middle part of the green here.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Wow, I thought he made that. came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
He'll take par and move on. On to the 14th hole now. It's a par 4, 442 yards. And what's the right way to attack here, Frank?
Two choices. Try and squeeze it down the right side, just short of those big bunkers on that right. Either that or carry the bunker complex on the left. A little awkward.
Frank, what are we looking at on this approach shot here at the 14th?
This 14th green just built up a little bit. Got to be careful you don't miss this green on the left side. It'll just kick all the way down. And it'll be a difficult little chip up the hill. But once again, second shot's not too long. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. He's made it. Now to the 15th tee, and Frank, this looks like a fun shot to hit.
It won't play its full yardage because of that elevated tee, but a good one out here. We might see one of those 350, 360 plus yard drives. I'm loving that balance. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Up with the big boys now, Frank.
Well, we saw that previous tee shot go 310. This one's further.
Frank, I'm always fascinated by the way professionals approach the game and how different it is from us amateurs. You're not just standing up and hitting a shot and hoping to catch it on the middle of the face. You're thinking about lower high, left to right, or right to left.
Yeah, there's two schools of thought, really. You're either moving the shot away from something or towards something. So this is a great example here. You could be moving the ball away from the left side of the green, but closer towards the flag.
Down. Lay down. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Tell you, he's setting himself up for a good weekend. Former college #1 makes another birdie. So 2 rounds in the books. Frank, that was fun.
It certainly was. It bodes well for the weekend. Saw a lot of good players that seem to actually have a good fit for this golf course. That bodes well for the next 36 holes.
Presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Today, it's live third round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. All right, Frank, it'd be fun to watch the players have a go at this second shot here at the par 5/7.
Yeah, this green is well protected left and right by those bunkers, but thread the needle and, well, you might just nick yourself another birdie or an eagle.
Good-looking shot right here. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. We haven't seen a whole lot of that, Frank, but that has to feel good. Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water, Frank. Only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
But distance control is still very important here. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15-foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there. Maybe just aim a little further to the left. You can still make birdie.
This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. Getting set now over the putt.
Great, too.
Beautiful. So we'll round out the front side here at Banff Springs with a par 5 and reasonably short at only 501 yards.
So very reachable because of that yardage that you just referenced. Hole bends a little bit to the right. You can favour the left side with a tee shot. It's just going to make that angle on the second a little bit easier. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. How about that terrific approach shot setting up a makeable eagle putt? Shouldn't be a problem here.
You can't leave an eagle putt short.
Now listen, anytime I left it short, I didn't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody you left it short.
All right, I won't say anything. Frank, how much does that birdie help the cause?
It doesn't look like much right now, Rich, just sneaking inside the top 20. But at the end of the day, that might be the one that turned the tide.
Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back nine, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
Frank, this really is kind of a good lesson. You and I had said earlier that it looked gloomy, but you dig in, you keep fighting, and something good happens.
You have to credit his composure.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Frank, a little chip shot here from the fringe. Now, a lot of options. I've seen some players hit 6-iron, others will shut down like a sand wedge.
Yeah, there's two schools of thought. Some people just try and perfect like one club, but really the best chippers chip with a variety of clubs.
Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. These putts keep the round together. That's good work. That's a good par right there. On the tee here at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4. Is this a drive you like to hit, Frank?
It certainly is, Rich, but it's a little narrower than what your eye first sees. And the reason why, there's a tree sort of another 40, 50 yards down the right side past that bunker. So if you hog that right side, that tree can become a little bit of a problem for the second shot.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Frank, what do you want to do with this second shot here at the 11th?
Just a scoring club again, Rich. This is a chance to get off to a good start on that on the homeward 9. Anytime you get sort of 8-iron down, you can virtually go straight at the flag because this green pitches back towards the player.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That is a solid par putt. Here at the 12th, par 4, 442 yards. Frank, what's ahead?
This one's called Big Boat. Hole certainly a lot longer than the 10th hole, which is Little Boat. Dog legs to the player's right. A couple of bunkers down the left side. That first bunker on the left shouldn't be too much of a problem to carry. But once again, even though the hole bends to the right, you'd like to be down the opposite side of the fairway, which is the left.
Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
So a tester from 4 feet.
Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
He has this attempt for par. Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. Three rounds in the books, outside the top 10 going to the final 18. Frank, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think you're going to have to approach the final round in a couple of different phases. Try and be aggressive early on. If you do get a few birdies in the bank, you really still can fancy yourself with a chance to win. It'll all depend on that start tomorrow.
This is EA PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Onto the 14th hole now. It's a par 4, 442 yards. And what's the right way to attack here, Frank?
Two choices. Try and squeeze it down the right side, just short of those big bunkers on that right. Either that or carry the bunker complex on the left. A little awkward.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it. Oh, that's fine. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
That will be a great look at birdie. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Putting up some impressive numbers out here now. 9 under for the tournament. And Frank, ahead on the green, you could have a really crazy putt if you're not careful.
This is probably the most undulating green on the golf course, so you do not want to be going in with too flat a second shot.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Beautiful approach shot there and a good chance to take advantage. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Frank, where has that been?
Yeah, thank God for small mercies.
Moving on to number 16 now. It's a par 4, 414 yards. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
It's another hole that'll favour a nice sort of high draw off the tee. It'll set up that second shot to a green that has got several different levels on it. I'm loving that balance.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards.
Now to the second shot here at the 16th. And Frank, what's ahead?
Minimally uphill, but it actually plays uphill. The reason why is because all that front section of the green rolls back towards the player. So you've got to carry the ball all the way to the flag.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. So close.
Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
He'll take par and move on.
Now to the 17th, 374 yards, and Frank, players might be licking their chops here.
They certainly would, Rich. Bunkers left and right, but they can be carried with an aggressive tee shot. It'll set up just a short iron into a green that pitches towards you. So maybe just a little bit underneath the flag with a second shot. Really a chance to have a fast finish.
Well, this one has a chance to be really good.
They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Here we are at the 18th at Banff Springs, 578-yard par 5. Frank, did you like to finish a round with a par 5?
Certainly if I could birdie it, that's for sure. And there's a good chance here at 18 you can, but there's bunkers galore. They're all in play for various standards of play. But the reward is if you can pump one down the middle of the fairway there, and then you reduce this par 5 to simply a drive and an iron.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Frank, this is a shot any player would love to have. Trying to finish off a round, par 5 18th. What are we looking at?
Well, half the job's done with that tee shot, which was just tremendous, Rich. Now, you know, really is a big opportunity. If you can just sort of flush that second shot, this is a big green. I mean, good chance coming up ahead here for eagle, at least a birdie.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie.
Par yesterday, now for birdie.
Well, that'll put the smile back on the face.
Frank, that was an impressive round out there today.
Couldn't agree more, Rich. We've seen some great shots out there, and I'm excited to see how the rest of this tournament plays out.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the International Challenge.
There's something about a well-hit shot.
It's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. This, the second shot here at the par 4. Frank, for players looking to improve their putting, what are some of the training methods they can use?
I think speed is always a good one when you get on the putting green and you just practice trying to putt inside that 3-foot circle, because in the end all sports are the same. You're trying to focus in on the destination where that ball has to be delivered, whether it's tennis inside the court or basketball inside the rim. Putting's no different. As you get further and further away from the hole, then you just make an acceptable size circle that you're trying to putt within. So pace, very important.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
And getting ready for the putt. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time that one gets him in the top 10.
Back here on the bonny shores of Scotland at Royal Troon Golf Club with just a wee breeze, as they say over here, Frank. On the tee at the 12th.
Yeah, hole that bends to the right, gorse right and left. There's a bit of a mound and rough down the right side that has to be avoided.
That is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Frank, there was another playoff at Royal Troon 2004 in another case where a Hall of Fame player was beaten.
That's right. That was Ernie Els versus Todd Hamilton. Todd Hamilton had won Honda earlier in the year. He'd left the Japanese tour, and he'd gone to the Open Championship actually full of confidence. But unbeknown to Ernie Els, he was going to be beaten by the use of the utility club. Remember, Todd Hamilton, time and time again, when he would miss the green, would chip with the utility club and beat Ernie Els in that 4-hole playoff.
And now we see so many players using that shot from just off the green.
How did that miss?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that one was dead center. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Stays at 1 under with that par. A lot of excitement here. Let's take you out to the action once again at the 13th. Just a mediocre first round up to this point from our featured golfer. Frank, what are some keys to making something happen down the stretch?
Well, if this is the worst score that they shoot all week, I think that's one of the keys, because this is a position to vault forward from.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
Setting up in the fairway, 200 yards to where that hole is cut. Frank, this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. And from the rough, he manages to not only make the green, but get within easy striking distance of the hole. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Good solid par right there. Heading for home now, Frank, the par 3 14, just under 180 yards. What's the key here?
Well, it's rather narrow at the front there. There's 3 bunkers, but it's the second 2 that you really worry about that narrow the front of this green up. Plus, the front is slightly raised, so ideally you want it to fly it more towards the middle where it starts to widen up.
Good-looking shot right here. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. So a tester from 4 feet. Good job right there. Now making a move and setting himself up for, who knows, a good weekend run, maybe at another title. The former college standout has been excellent today. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time.
Oh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he's thinking on that.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
Solid play, heart of the green. Frank, a solid par right there, maintains his position. Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports for our entire crew. I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. EA Sports and EA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the International Challenge. Players still fighting the strong winds out there today. Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag.
Second shot.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick. Birdie putt coming up. The par on this hole yesterday. Frank, that birdie will help the cause. Frank, we're moving inland now, and what are we facing here at this par 4 7th hole?
Just a dog leg to the right. Ideally, just a little cut off the tee. Nice.
Looks good. And from that position, a good chance to get at this hole location at number 7. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Strong wind here early in the round. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Starting to pile up the birdies. 5 under par for the tournament. Frank, here we are. All of 123 yards. It's a famous postage stamp hole.
It sits up there nice and proud. It's protected by 5 bunkers, but avoid the ones on the right. They're the deepest, all the way down on that right side.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
He'll take par and move on. Frank, how does the front 9 finish up with this par 4?
Well, the par 4 ninth is called the Monk. It's not overly long, 423 yards, dogleg to the right. Just one bunker down the left to be avoided.
Not a single weakness today. What a performance. That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Well, that sets up well for a chance at the green here at the 9th. This is going to be a tough day on the links. I mean, even the Seagulls are walking to work. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Pretty good shot right there. Well, you can see the golfer is just boiling right now after that miss. And a drop shot here at the 9th.
I don't think a tourniquet is going to work after that one.
Tough to watch. Front 9 is in the rearview mirror here at Royal Troon. Rich Lerner pleased as always to be alongside Frank Navalu, who played Royal Troon in the Open Championship twice. This back 9 getting underway, and we start with the 10th hole, and Frank, a blind tee shot.
Yeah, from the championship tees, the hole bends to the left. Really, you don't want to hit the ball more than 280, 290 yards. Otherwise, you'll run out of fairway. From there, just a short iron. Oh, I liked that.
That is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Not a gimme, but well within his range. nothing wrong with that par putt. There you have it, Frank. The second round is complete. What are your thoughts?
I think anybody looking at this leaderboard, anybody in the top 10 of that leaderboard is certainly in a good position to win. Quality of the golf there in that first 10 is excellent.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the International Challenge. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Frank, what's so compelling about rivalries in sports is that athletes need each other if they're going to go to great heights. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to solidify his legend. Jack Nicklaus probably needed Arnold Palmer to go to a place that he had not been. And I think that's true across the board as we look at rivalries in sports.
I think it defines careers, Rich. It's not until those players retire that they realized how important it was to have that foe. You know, so often we're living in the present like we are now with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. And it's not for years to come that we'll realize the sport wouldn't have been the same with one without the other.
Really like the look of that golf swing. That has it all. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. That is some good work right there. Birdie and one shot closer to the lead. Now to the par 3 fifth. Frank, what are you trying to do here?
Really, anything on this green is going to give you a birdie putt. So allow for the bounce and roll. Just avoid those 3 bunkers on the left and that short one right.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That one inside of 10 feet, really dialed in. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Very impressive and on the move right now. Moving on to hole number 6 here at Royal Troon. Frank, what are the golfers facing at this long par 5?
Well, you've got to attack this hole in chunks, Rich. Just allow the mounding on the right to kick the ball forward, then try and position that second shot. Keep well away from that pop bunker that's a little bit short, about 30 yards right and short of this green. That is the one that causes the problem.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Now his third, staring right at the green. Frank, these days golfers are training like high-level athletes from other sports. Rory McIlroy, for example, has been using a guy by the name of Steve McGregor, who happened to be the trainer for the New York Knicks of the NBA.
And part of his training now is high altitude. The majority of the medal holders, for example, in the Olympics, or medal winners in the Olympics, actually use high-altitude training. You know, you can develop more red blood cells in a shorter period of time. But, you know, golf, we've had so many different types of training from the athlete side. But you go back to the old days of Henry Cotton beating an old tire. Vijay Singh picked up on that. Or even the rhythm of Sam Snead. He used to count in a rhythm. It was 1, 2, 3. It was 1 at the top of the swing, 2 at impact, and 3 at the follow-through. All those things are still very valid today. Our computer gives us 23 feet, Rich.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Wow, I thought he made that. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
And getting ready for the putt. Frank, a solid par right there. Maintains his position. Ball's teed up, ready to fly here at the 7th.
Yeah, it's a slight elevated tee, so you see all the problems in front of you. Couple of bunkers down the left, 2 down the right, but it's links golf, so you know where you got to go. That's in between them.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it. Oh, that's fine.
That is an unusual golf swing, but those have worked throughout time. Lee Trevino, Ray Floyd, Jim Furyk. They've done all right, haven't they? Frank, you've been around this game for a pretty long time. Are players, in fact, more athletic today than they were, say, 20, 25 years ago?
There's no question, Rich, they are. That we've borrowed from other sports. If you can't make the player better, you can make them more athletic. And in the end, you're still making the golfer better.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. And it generates some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Birdie try again here today.
Just when you think you're going to make birdie. Now, have to really concentrate on this and at least make par.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Frank, looks like pars are just not good enough at this stage of the tournament.
Yeah, scoring's way too good today, Rich.
So through 54 holes, a really good position inside the top 5 with 1 round to go.
Yeah, and those handful of players that we're looking at, Rich, they certainly have looked the best players this week, which makes tomorrow look like a real thriller.
EA Sports and EA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the International Challenge.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. Second shot coming out of the rough here. So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here. Should be safely on deck.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Good roll, solid, that's a par. Frank, here's the only par 5 on the back 9 at Royal Troon.
You'd think at 542 yards it would be reachable, but the burn that cuts across really limits the tee shot to about 280 yards. So it's very much about placing that second shot in a good distance for your third.
In the 1997 Open Championship here at Royal Troon, you played with Tiger Woods in the 3rd round. What did he do at this 16th hole?
He hit a driver for his second shot into a head breeze from about 270 yards, managed to get it on the green, then knocked it in from about 45 feet for eagle.
You knew he was something special back then, didn't you?
Yeah, he was the only one that even tried that shot.
No fairway here, this one in that rough. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
That will be a great look at birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here. So one shot closer to the lead with that birdie. '17th here at Royal Troon. This is a very strong par 3, isn't it, Frank?
Well, if rabbits have teeth, then this is why it's called rabbit. Very, very strong par 3.
This one's looking good. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Just continuing to play some really good golf. 8 under par for the championship. Frank, now the final hole, steeped in so much history. When you think about the legends of the game who have walked off this tee on their way to the claret jug, guys like Tom Watson, Arnold Palmer, Bobby Locke.
If you've got a one-shot lead standing on this tee, somehow you have to avoid those 4 bunkers. 3 down the left, 1 down the right, but a strip of fairway in between.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, the handicap system in golf really is the great equalizer, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no sport like it. I can't imagine going to Wimbledon and playing, sort of Djokovic or Federer, or, playing NFL with Peyton Manning. But, the beauty of golf, we can go out in a golf course. We decide what our handicaps are on the first tee. We decide who's going to get strokes, and then off you go and play. And you play on a level playing field.
Good looking shot right here.
It's like cyber vision. Shot after shot, right at the flag.
Just dialed in. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Just a couple of feet. Has his par. And that'll do it from the shores of Scotland and historic Royal Troon Golf Club. For EA Sports, I'm Rich Slaughter alongside Frank Nobilo. We'll see you next time.